name's Rose and welcome to your final week of our 4-week yoga course for the coronavirus at home. So we have been moving through the different energy centers of the body, working from the ground up. So we began with a grounding practice through connecting to the bones of the body and the pelvis. And then we moved up into our center to discover what it feels like to move from our center. Then we went up into the heart to find out how we can keep an open heart in times of difficulty. And today we're going to be integrating the whole body together. So we're going to be finding our flow. So when we are connected from the ground up, we have a steady sense of who we are, we feel safe, then we're able to move fluidly throughout the ups and downs of life. So swimming with the tide rather than against the tide. So that's what our practice is going to be about today. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and we can take a comfortable seat. So finding a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you, that might be with your legs crossed like me, or it might be just in a kneeling position. Wherever you are, just making sure you can maintain that for about 5 minutes whilst we do our meditation. Remember, you can use props to support your knees if you have any issues in the knees. Making sure that the spine is nice and tall, so stacking the shoulders over the hips and gentle drawing in of the lower belly towards the spine. Move the neck slightly back so that you're not coming forwards with the chin, which is our kind of default setting using technology. And see if you can roll the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Taking a few deep breaths just to arrive here. Noticing what comes up for you when you begin to move into your body. Perhaps it's the first time that you're moving into your body this week, and just allowing any resistance, any difficulty as well that comes with that. And so we're going to begin our awareness as we have done in each of our meditations every week, moving our awareness into the bones. The easiest place to locate the bones is where the bones are pressing into the ground, which is your sit bones underneath your bottom. So see if you can move the awareness deep inside there and notice what it is you find. Can you explore a sense of steadiness, a heaviness, some solidity through the bones here? And maybe there's another part of your body where you can feel your bones. So maybe you can feel it in your legs. Maybe you can feel the weight of your head, your skull. Just allowing yourself to sink in to the bones, the structure of the body. And from that sense of steadiness, we're going to move into our center. So bringing the awareness up into your center. Now you can always use your hands to help you locate these different energy points. So you might want to bring your hands onto your belly. Breathing in and out of your belly. Noticing what the stomach is saying, the gut. Is there a message that your gut has for you today? Is there some intuition that it has to give to you about some decision or something that's going on in your life? Just noticing there might be some very gross sensations, so you might just hear some gurgling and experience some hunger. That's okay as well. Just noticing what it feels like in your center. Perhaps you feel a real sense of steadiness there, connection. And then moving up to the heart center, so bring the hands over the heart. Locating the heartbeat. And breathing, with the heartbeat. So feeling the rise and fall of the breath in connection to the heartbeat. Noticing what the heart has to say today, how the heart's feeling. Does it feel expansive? Does it feel like it's contracting? Does it feel free? Does it feel stuck? Whatever there is there, allowing it, breathing with it, leaning into it with the breath. Just giving yourself a moment to connect to the heart. And then slowly, when you feel that sense of completion, just bring the hands onto the knees and begin to move the awareness now up into the chest and the head. So noticing sensations in the crown of the head. And now we're going to scan the body quite fluidly with our awareness. So try not to get too stuck at one point. If you can't feel a sensation in the area that I'm talking about, just notice the numbness, notice the lack of sensation. That is also part of the practice. So we're going to begin at the crown of the head. I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine that somebody is pouring a glass of water, or more like a honey liquid, something that moves really slowly on top of the crown of your head. And that liquid is your awareness. So allowing that liquid to move, feeling the sensations in the crown of the head, moving down the sides towards the ears, the forehead, the eyebrows, all the features of the face, down through your neck, your shoulders, your collarbone, your chest, your upper back, your shoulder blades, down through the arms, in the armpits, the lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers, down through the rib cage, front and back, into the belly, the lower back, the bottom, your pelvis, your legs, the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, the sole of the foot, the top of the foot, and the toes. Good. Now work your way back up in your own time. So moving from the toes all the way back up to the crown of the head, working about the same pace. Just moving that awareness up. It's okay if you don't feel anything in that part. Just take note that there's not a sensation there. If there's pain, notice that. Try to stay equanimous, so balanced with your reaction to pleasure or pain, greeting both with the same acceptance, and then moving on to the next body part. When you've reached the crown of the head, see if you can have awareness of the whole body at the same time. as though the body is a field of vibration and sensation. So if there's anything that comes up in a particular part, moving your awareness to that space until something else calls you within your body and you move your awareness there. So we're not scanning up and down now, and we're allowing our awareness to move freely through the body and just noticing what comes up and how it changes so rapidly or slowly, whatever your experience is. Allowing the breath to be easy, breathing with whatever you find. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Open your eyes if you had them closed. And we're going to begin to practice our three-dimensional breath now. So exhale any breath you have left in your lungs. Breathing into the belly and out. So the breath comes into the belly and the belly rotates out as you breathe in. Do that one more time. Breathe in and out. We're going to add on this next one. Breathe into the belly, up into the rib cage. Let the rib cage expand out. Then back down into the belly and out. Good. We're going to add on again this time into the belly, ribs, collarbone, back down, collarbone, ribs, belly. Beautiful. 3 dimensions. Breathing into the belly, ribs, collarbone, collarbone, ribs, belly. Now it should feel a bit like a rippling up the spine. Breathing in, belly, ribs, collarbone, collarbone, ribs, belly. Not too much effort, just allow the gentle waving of the breath to come into the belly, ribs, collarbone, collarbone, ribs, belly. Well done, relaxing. And see if you can maintain that 3-dimensional breath throughout our practice today. So we're going to begin our movement now. So coming over onto a kneeling position, we're going to begin our flowing yoga practice. So you want to bring your knees about halfway in the middle of the mat and bring the hands onto the thighs. Now we're going to be exploring our gaze point today. In yoga we call that our drishti. So I'm going to be telling you where to direct your gaze. This is just so that you can maintain it in your body and you don't get distracted by whatever else is going on in the room. And this also helps us to stay in a flow state. So keeping your drishti, your gaze point, straight in front of you here. You're going to breathe in, lift the arms, keeping the eyes where they are. Breathe out, bring the hands down onto the mat, come into child's pose. Breathe in, roll forwards into a tabletop position. Bring in the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And breathing out, tuck the toes, send the hips back into downward facing dog. Your drishti, your gaze point here, is between your thighs. So just keeping the gaze point there, resisting the urge to look around the room. Feel free to be a little bit playful with your movements. Your first down dog of the day, just feeling into the body. As you inhale, pick up your heels and press your chest towards your thighs. And as you exhale, rooting the heels down. Inhale, come forwards, dropping your knees, arching your spine, looking up. And exhale, pressing the ground away, rounding, looking up, your drishti towards your belly button. Inhale to roll the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Look forward, the gaze is forward, fingertips on the lower back. Inhale, lift through the chest, and exhale, press the hips forwards, lift through the center of the chest. Keep the gaze where it is. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, sit back on the heels. We're looking straight ahead. We're coming into our second one now. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale into child's pose. Inhale forward into a tabletop position. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, root the heels down. Inhale, ripple forwards. Bring the gaze up. Exhale, press the ground away. Look towards your navel. Inhale to roll the spine up. Head comes up last, looking forwards. Hands to lower back. Exhale, send the hips forwards, chest up. Inhale, coming back up, firming into the belly. Exhale, sit back on your heels. We've got two more like that. Inhale to rise, arms, steady gaze, point in front of you. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale forwards, onto all fours. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, press the chest towards the thighs. Exhale, root them down again. Inhale forwards, dropping the belly, arching the spine, looking up. Exhale, pressing the ground away, rounding it. Inhale to roll the spine up, let the head come up last. And exhale, hips forwards, chest up. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, sitting back on your heels. We're going to do that again, this time just holding a little longer. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale forwards into child's pose. 5 deep, smooth, 3-dimensional breaths in child's pose. Connecting to earth here. Feeling the connection with the hands, the hips, rooting towards the heels. Inhale, come forwards into tabletop. Exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths in downward dog, keeping your drishti between your thighs. See if you can find some stillness here. See if you can practice your 3-dimensional breath in this position. Notice how different it feels. Inhale, pick up the heels, press the chest towards the thighs. And exhale, root the heels down. Inhale, come forwards, arching through the spine, look up. Exhale, round. 4 more like that, moving with your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. Feel free to add on some other organic movements, maybe moving from side to side or some circles. Keeping the eyes closed if you feel self-conscious, finding some fluidity in the body. Good. Inhale now to roll the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Let the head come up last. Tuck your toes and reach back this time for your heels. Press the hips forwards, squeeze the bottom, lift through the center of your chest. If you still feel a pinch in the lower back, you can keep the hands up here, okay? If everything feels comfortable in this position, you can move your drishti backwards. Holding it, breathing. If you've got your head back, tuck your chin, firm the belly, inhale. And exhale, sit back on your heels and just observe the effects of that heart opening in our camel position. Notice the energy moving through your body. Opening the eyes, and we begin. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, ripple forwards into tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, place them down. Inhale, lift the left leg in the air. Roll onto the ball of the right foot, bend the left knee, roll the weight forwards. See how softly you can land that left foot between your hands, drop the right knee. Inhale to rise up to your low lunge position. Bring your hands to your waist and tuck your tailbone under so that you're lengthening through the lower back. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale, lift the arms. And now as you exhale, you can lengthen into this from this position. Going forwards. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your heels. Exhale, place them down. Inhale, lift the right leg in the air. Roll onto the ball of the left foot, bend the right knee. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Press the knee in towards the face and softly land the foot. Good. Drop the left knee down. And inhale to rise. Hands onto the hips, tucking the tailbone under, then lengthening through the lower back. Sorry about that. Inhale, lift the arms, and as you exhale, lengthening in, coming forwards. Good. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, press the chest towards the thighs. Exhale, place the heels down. Inhale, come forwards, arch through the spine. Exhale, bring your drishti up towards your navel, pressing the ground away with your knees and hands. Inhale to rise up. Let the head come up last. Arms to lower back. Exhale. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, sitting on your heels. Second one. Inhale. And exhale. Child's pose. Inhale forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, root the heels down. Inhale, lift the left leg. And as you exhale, softly place the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee. Inhale to rise up. And exhale. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, leaning forwards. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands back into downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right leg. And as you exhale, bring the right foot between your hands, softly landing. Lower the left knee. Inhale to rise up. Exhale here. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, maybe moving a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale, root the heels down. Inhale, come forwards, arching your spine, look up. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale to roll the spine up, let the head come up last. And exhale, hips forwards, chest up. Inhale, firm into the belly, come up. And exhale, sit back on your heels. Last one, we're going to hold it a little longer this time. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale into child's pose. Inhale forwards into tabletop. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Holding downward dog again, bringing the gaze between the thighs. Slowing the breath down. Connecting to your center with the breath. Breathing into the belly. Breathing in, lift the heels, press the chest towards the thighs. As you breathe out, bring the heels down. Inhale, lift the left leg. And as you exhale, place the left foot between the hands, drop the right knee. Inhale to rise up. And we're going to have 5 breaths here. So hands onto the hips. Think about tucking your tailbones, you're lengthening through the lumbar spine. Good. You can probably feel it in the front of this leg. Breathing deeply, scissoring the inner thighs towards each other. Good. Inhale, lift the arms. And as you exhale, lean forwards even deeper if you can. Maybe the gaze comes up. Maybe the arms come out. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring the arms out. Good. Coming forwards, bring the hands down at the side of the front foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale to lift the right leg up. And as you exhale, bring the right foot between the hands, drop the left knee. Inhale to rise up. So again, we have 5 breaths on this side, drawing that tailbone under, lengthening through the front of that left thigh and the hip flexors. Breathing deeply. Drawing the lower ribs in. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, maybe leaning a little bit forwards. Perhaps bringing the arms back, looking towards your fingers. Bringing the elbows behind you. Inhale, lift the arms. Lengthen. And exhale, drawing them back. Good. Bringing the hands down. Stepping back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, squeezing the chest towards the thighs. Exhale, root the heels down. Inhale, come forwards. Now you have these movements here again. You can make the circles. You can just come into traditional cat and cow. Just close your eyes and feel curious about your own body. Curious about the areas that feel tense and curious about the places that feel like they're fluid and easy. Good. On your next inhalation, roll the spine up. Let your head come up last. Tuck your toes, reach for the heels. Lift through the center of your chest, breathe deeply into your belly. Maybe the gaze comes back. Tuck the chin, inhale, firm the belly to come up. And exhale, sitting back on your heels, noticing again the effects of that flowing practice. Energy moving up and down the spine. Inhale now, lift the arms up again. Exhale, forwards into child's pose. Inhale into tabletop. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg and hold it there. So notice how my hips are really square. I'm scissoring my inner thighs together. I'm not opening out like so. So really make sure the toes, the left toes are facing down towards the mat and kick through the heel. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Good, hold it there. Press through both hands equally. And then you can begin to open it out now. So turning the toes out, keeping the right heel down. Maybe the gaze comes but underneath the left armpit. Keep pressing into both hands strongly. Very nice. And then slowly begin to bend that left knee. Draw the knee in towards your nose, rock onto the ball of the right foot, and place the left foot down. You're going to ground through that right heel and straighten through the left leg. You might want to come onto your fingertips here, lengthening through the spine. So you really want to move the belly button away from the thigh and bringing your drishti onto the ground just in front of your big toe. Move the shoulders away from the ears, find some length, send your bottom back behind you. Beautiful. Now, maybe lengthening the stance a little bit. We're going to bring the right hand on the inside of the left foot, come onto the ball of the right foot and open out. Lifting that left arm up, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Press the ground away with the right palm. Very nice. And then swapping the hands. So the left hand comes where the right hand was, and you ground through the right heel, coming into your wide angle. So you want a 90-degree bend if you can in that left knee. Keep the outer edge of the right foot grounded onto the mat. Reaching away with the fingertips. Try not to dump into this left hand, even if you have the flexibility to go down. Really want you to think about lengthening, keeping active. Beautiful. Now firm into your feet and come up into warrior two. Good. Draw the pelvis down and under and root down. Squeeze the elbows, the shoulder blades in towards each other and bring your drishti over your front fingertips. Straighten out that left leg. Engage through the left quad and then lean over towards the left, bringing the fingertips down to the shin. For Trikonasana, you might want to readjust your stance a little bit. Bending into that left knee. Place the hands and just step back into downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to place the heels down. Inhale, lift the right leg in the air and keeping the hip nice and square, so flexing the foot, The right toes facing down towards the mat. Kick the right heel away. Squeezing the thighs together. Press through both hands strongly. One more breath. And then opening out the hip. Pressing into both the hands. Maybe bring the gaze underneath the right shoulder. The right armpit. Point with the right toes. Very nice. And then come into the ball of the left foot. Bend the right knee. Look forwards between your thumbs and place that foot there. Ground through the left heel, straighten through the right leg. Keep the hips square, come onto the fingertips. Your drishti is on the gaze, the ground in front of your big toe. Drawing the lower belly in towards the spine. Your triangle position here. One more breath. Now bend into that left knee, come onto the ball of the left foot, bend into the right knee, sorry. And then place the left palm on the inside of the right foot as you open out, squeezing the inner thighs in towards each other. Reaching away with the right fingertips, pressing down through the left palm. One more breath. Swapping the hands, so the right hand comes where the left was, and you're grounding through that left foot, turning the left toes out towards the side, deep bend in the right knee for your side angle. Good. Remember to keep the outer edge of that left foot rooted to the mat. Strong legs now as you rise up. Try not to move the legs, just coming into warrior two. Bring your gaze over your front fingertips. Straightening out that right leg, hinging at the hips, and bringing the fingertips down towards the shin. Think about pulling up with the fingertips. Rooting down through the outer corners of the feet. Bend into that right knee again. Place the hands either side of your foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Drop the knees down. Sit back into a kneeling position. Taking a few deep breaths here before we wind down our practice. Just turning the feet out in front of you. We're coming into Dandasana, staff pose. So bring the base of your big toes together, straightening out the legs. So you're trying to kick the heels away, lift the heels off the ground. Bring the hands to the side of your hips and gently draw the fingertips back. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing for 5. 3-dimensional breath. 4. Feeling the connection to earth, to your center, to your heart, to your whole body. 2. And 1. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. And exhale, folding forwards. Hands come down to the shins, the ankles. Maybe you can have a little bind around the big toe. Keeping the feet flexed to protect the hamstrings here. Your drishti is either down to the floor or forwards between the toes. Two more breaths. Inhale, look up. And exhale. Inhale to rise up. And as you exhale, just lower down slowly onto your back. Good. We're just going to come up into some back bends, and then we're going to move into our finishing sequence. So you can choose your back bends as usual. You can either just come up into your bridge position, or you can come all the way into your Urdhva Dhanurasana. We're going to do 3 back bends, so feel free to swap them out as well if you want to build up to Urdhva Dhanurasana, or if you'd like to take it down as well. So coming into round one, whichever option you're going to go for, either lifting the hips or coming all the way up. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, come on up. Just make sure your feet are parallel wherever you are. Strong legs, strong arms, pressing the ground away. Engage your bottom. 2 more breaths. If you're in the wheel with me, maybe you come onto the crown of your head. Maybe you can walk your hands in a little closer, or maybe you pop up where you are. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, you can bring the head down and pop back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Coming on down, giving your knees a big squeeze. Wherever you are, whatever option you went for, just knowing that you're just honouring your own body. There's no end goal. We're going to take a candlestick today. So just lifting your legs up in the air. You can either just leave them there, or if you have a wall handy, turn towards the wall, bring your feet against the wall. Relax the hands down either side of you. Slow down the breath, allowing the blood to move back towards the heart. Take 15 slow breaths here, counting in your own pace. Allowing yourself to move into a restorative state, into our finishing sequence. When you have taken 15 breaths, you're welcome to stay here if you're really enjoying this position. I encourage you to do so. You can even take your Shavasana here, and you can finish your practice here. If you like a more traditional position, then wiggle back down onto your mat. You can take some final release, maybe taking a happy baby pose, reaching for the outer edge of the feet, just maybe moving a little from side to side. And then when you do feel ready, just softening out into your final Shavasana. Bringing the toes out to the corners of the mat, backs of the hands down onto the ground. Wiggle the shoulder blades underneath you. Tuck the chin slightly. Close down the eyes. Releasing all efforts. Releasing all control and simply being where you are. If it is difficult for you to maintain this state and you find thoughts are floating in, just acknowledge the thoughts, don't beat yourself up about it, and then maybe you'd like to bring your awareness to your eyebrow center. So with your eyes closed, just watching the center of your eyebrows, watching the darkness there and noticing if any colours, any images come up, any light. open curiosity. There's no right or wrong for this. If from time to time the thoughts come back, just gently guide yourself back to that space between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. Pause at the top and out through the mouth. Gently moving your fingers, your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Maybe reaching up. It's like you're waking up to a brand new day, reaching your arms over your head. And then guiding your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a lovely squeeze. Just allowing yourself to gently tip onto one side. Pausing there for a moment to gather your thoughts, your feelings, your energy. And when you feel ready, just slowly pressing into your hand. Letting everything move. Slow and let the head come up last. Good. Come into a cross-legged position. Bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra in your heart center. We'll do a single arm together to finish our final practice together today. So if you don't want to join in, that's fine, you can just listen. If you do want to join in, take a breath in and out. Breathe in. Bringing the palms up to your eyebrow center, bowing down. Namaste. Thank you so much for journeying with me through these 4 weeks, and I really hope that this helped you to feel calm amidst the storm that's going on for us globally as a global community right now. And if you feel like any of the classes resonated with you particularly, then feel free to repeat them